Hey YouTube, Scott Stevens here. How's everybody doing today? Welcome to another edition of College Football 25 Dynasty Mode. Today is episode number 207 of Dynasty Mode, and we are in season number 3 with the Yale Bulldogs. Final season of Dynasty Mode on College Football 25. You can see Yale is ranked number 4 in the nation. We have a road game today. We're 10-0, 6-0 in the Ivy League, visiting Manhattan and Columbia University today. The Lions are 3-7, 2-4 in the Ivy. Hey, Bonnie. Thanks for joining. Hope you're doing well out there on the leather. Alongside Layla. For all you Grand Theft Auto fans out there, it dropped today, the new content, Money Fronts. It came out today. I'm not turning on my Grand Theft Auto because we're going to play it together starting next week when this Dynasty season is over. It is the final Dynasty season on College Football 25. So we're going to take a break. We are, 20 days away now from College Football 26 coming out. So what we're going to do is once this season is over, we're coming into game 11 here today. Once the season is over, which will probably be next week, we're going to play Grand Theft Auto, and we're going to have brand new content to play until College Football 26 comes out. It'll be about a 2-week break. So it'll be nice to have new content to play and not have to repeat stuff. And you buy the car wash, and then you buy the weed shop on the beach, and then you buy the heliport, and you got a whole bunch of new stuff for your businesses, and it launders your money. And it's pretty cool. And there's a new character involved, and I just watched the trailer, and it's going to be pretty cool. Should be cool. So it's good that we're going to have new content to watch, to do during the 2-week break between here and College Football 26. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to that. I'm not turning it on. My Grand Theft Auto, I'm not logging on until we until we get ready to play it so we can all see the new content together. For those who might be confused, Bonnie is sitting on the leather couch in the living room. Just to clarify. And we got to talk about something real quick before we jump into this, and it is college football related. College football starts in, September? And we have, the schedules are out. Everybody knows who's playing everybody else. And I've been talking about this on Twitter a lot, and yes, I do still call it Twitter, because it is. So, the Florida Gators. All right? I'm a Miami Hurricane. All right? So, Florida State, University of Florida, But here's the thing. I have a serious problem with the Gators' first game. Okay? They're playing Long Island University. Who in the fuck is Long Island University? The Florida Gators are hosting the Long Island University. I know sports. I was a sportscaster for 17 years. I don't even know who the mascot is for Long Island University. We had to look it up. And it turns out, oddly enough, it's a shark, and his name is Finley, which is kind of funny because the baseball team here in Clearwater, the single A affiliate of the Phillies that we go to all the time, that play in the Florida State League, they're called the Clearwater Threshers, and their mascot is a shark, and his name is Finley. So that's kind of funny. But they play on about the level. This is about the matchup. The Threshers playing the Phillies would be probably the level of, the Florida Gators playing Long Island University. Now, I know why Long Island University is coming down to Gainesville to get the living shit kicked out of them, because Florida's paying them a whole shitload of money. Okay? I get that. I understand that. That one game is going to make the Sharks more money in 1 week than they probably made over the last 4 years combined. I understand that. My point is that the Florida Gators, a storied football program, should be ashamed of themselves and embarrassed to take that game. Everybody has cupcake games on their schedule. Everybody. Hurricanes do too. Everybody has cupcake games on their schedule. But having a cupcake game and having this game with Long Island University, those are two different things, man. This Long Island University against the Florida Gators is not a cupcake game. That is not a cupcake game by any stretch of the imagination. That is a batter game. And what I mean is that is the batter that makes the cupcake long before they can become a cupcake team. They are the batter. That's the equivalent. They might as well have tried to schedule Gainesville High School for a game on their opening week. That is just such an embarrassment. And I'm not saying that because it's the Florida Gators. I would be saying that if it was the Miami Hurricanes as well. You cannot be a major Division I school and schedule Long Island fucking University. All right. Some of the cupcake games are, bad enough as it is. That's fine. But when you get as low as Long Island University, come on, man. If it was the Hurricanes, I would be embarrassed. And I would be talking the same shit if it was Ohio State, Michigan, or whoever scheduled this game. Not just because they're the Florida Gators. It's, that's just embarrassing, man. That's embarrassing. What's the spread going to be on that? The over-under is going to be like 247 because that's about what the Gators are going to put up. And Long Island's not going to score any points. Oh my God! That is just not good, man. Not good. It's not a good look for the Florida Gators. But I'm telling you what, on week 1, there is not going to be a bigger Long Island University Shark fan in the fucking country other than me. I may go to that game. I may pack Bonnie up and say we're going to Gainesville and we're going to vote. We're going to buy some fucking Long Island University T-shirts and hats, and we're going to go and we're going to cheer for them. It'll be a losing effort, obviously, but I don't know. That's embarrassing, man. That really is embarrassing, and it shouldn't count. All right, that's enough of that. Now to fake college football here in the video game. Yale's playing game number 11 on the season. Let's take a look inside the numbers here. We're visiting 3-7 Columbia. They are 2-4 in the Ivy League. It's 2:30 kickoff. Let's look inside the numbers. Yale's an 85 overall, 86 offense, 85 defense. Columbia is an 81 across the board. Player to watch, Danny Casper, 80 overall right end, and he is the perfect example of why I tell you guys every single game, every single week. Make sure you check your recruits. Check every single one of your levels of recruits every single week. Because these guys change their mind. And that's a very cool part of the game, is they change their minds. Danny Casper wasn't available to recruit last year for the first half of the year. But in the second half of the year, for some reason, he decided he wanted to come to Yale. And had I not gone back and checked the 5-star recruits, which is what he was, I never would have known that he changed his mind. So you got to check him every single week so you don't miss out on these good players. And not only did we recruit him, but we got him too. And he's on our team, and he is the impact player to watch this week. So you always got to check every single level of your recruits. Not the 1 and 2 star guys, really not even the 3-star guys. The 4 and 5s, you got to check them all. And it's very time consuming to go through the 4s every week. I know it is, but you got to do it so you make sure you don't miss out on anybody. All right, so let's get started. This is game number 11 on the season. We are on the road, so let's see what we have. Let's see what Columbia has. I don't know if we've played Columbia yet, have we? I think we have. Let's see what they have. I don't really like the home jersey. The home alternate's kind of cool. They got the C on one side, the info. Let's go with that one. All right, so we're going to go. All right, so we'll go with that. And Yale will go with the white. We'll go with the all white. All right, that looks good. All right, cool. All right, I don't know what stadium Columbia plays at, so we're going to see that for the first time together as well. Yale with a win tonight will clinch a spot in the Ivy League championship game for the 3rd consecutive season. And Columbia looks like they play in Bowers Stadium. Bowers Stadium. Who plays here? What is this? What is this stadium? This is a small thing. Small stadium. Who is it? Look at this. Nice move. Got through the hole. And he gets up to the 29-yard line. So I don't know what team plays in this stadium. I don't think I've seen it before. It's kind of cool, little small. Obviously, we're talking maybe a Sun Belt conference or maybe a Midwest Conference team plays here. 67 on the field. Cool setup here, but I do not know who plays here. All right, Adonis Lehman takes the handoff right up the gut, spins away from a tackler, picks up 5 yards on the first carry of the ball game. Lehman's got 803 yards rushing coming into the game with 11 touchdowns. He's been hurt off and on, but he's getting close to that 1,000-yard mark. Maybe when we see the scoreboard, we'll see. Go Bearcats. Who's the Bearcats? It's not Cincinnati. Holly keeps it himself on the read option out to the right side, and he's got just enough for the first down. Holland took him down at the 40. So Yale first down at the 40-yard line. I don't know a college football team that are the Bearcats other than Cincinnati, and I know this is not Cincinnati Stadium. Maybe when we face the scoreboard, we'll see who it is. Holly, play action. Looking over the middle, got a man open, and it's L.J. Young makes the catch. He's inside the 20 and down to the 3-yard line. 57-yard gain. L.J. Young from Dennis Holly. Is this maybe Sam Houston's stadium? Are they the Bearcats? I don't know what their mascot is. Big gain to start the afternoon for the Bulldogs. Hey, McCullough. Majin. I'll call you Majin. How you doing? Welcome to the stream, man. Thank you for joining. Hope you're doing well tonight. Here's Adonis Lehman with the carry. Touchdown, Yale. They're on the board first. It's 6-0. That shut these people up. Yeah, I'm thinking it's maybe Sam Houston, their stadium. I don't think I've played them in Dynasty mode. I don't know what their mascot is, though. Bearcats. The only Bearcats I know is Cincinnati. We'll see once we face the scoreboard. We'll see what it says up there. It's a cool little stadium. Terrell Freeze is going to come on for the PAT. And it is good. Yale's up 7-0. A minute 35 in, 4 plays on the scoring drive. 72 yards and a minute 35 seconds off the clock. 4th-ranked Yale trying to improve to 11-0. They're up to a good start with a 7-0 lead. Big, strong cross breeze here today. 11 miles an hour blowing left to right. Bauer Stadium, yeah, maybe that is Sam Houston. We'll be able to tell when we get closer to the scoreboard. Columbia University not having a fantastic year. 3-7 overall. They're not going to a bowl game. This is probably their national championship game right here this afternoon. So how you doing today, Majin? There's a sack in the first play from scrimmage. The Yale defense gets right to work. 6-yard loss. Back at the 19-yard line, it'll be 2nd down and 16. Nate Ritchie, the senior safety, with the sack. And Columbia's not off to a good start at all. 1 play, 6-yard loss. 2nd and 16 now, back at the 19. Pressure, drops it over the middle, and the pass was low, and the receiver could not come up with it. Just dumped it over the line, and that was a catchable ball. He should have caught that. Instead, it'll be 3rd and 16 for the Lions. He's in trouble. Throws it on the run, and he throws it away. Kevin Lefotu with the pressure. And it'll bring up 4th and 16 at the 19. Not a good drive for the Lions to start the game. They're going to punt it away. Brinza gets the punt at the 48-yard line, and he goes backwards. And he's brought down by Kingsley Reese at the 47-yard line. Reese is a junior free safety out of New Hampshire. All right, well, let's see if we can put it in the air again. Big 57-yard gain on the first drive. Holly play action, a little bit of pressure. They pick up the blitz. Throws it on the run. Oh, wow, way short. Had a receiver open, but he threw it on the run. And he didn't get the oomph behind it that he needed, and the pass was well short and falls incomplete. Yes, this is Sam Houston State Stadium. All right. Sam Houston's Stadium. Okay. All right, well, at least we got that figured out. 2nd down and 10 for the Bulldogs. Lehman catches it on the screen pass, cuts it back to the middle. That was not very successful. Picked up 8 yards. Could have been worse, I guess. It'll be 3rd down and 2 at the 44-yard line. There you go, Majin. All right, what are you looking forward to in College Football 26? What are you looking forward to the most? 3rd and 2 for the Bulldogs. Lehman with the carry, right side of center. He's through. He's got a first down to the 38-yard line. Lehman's got 14 yards. All right, we got the first down. Let's go back to the air again. That's cool, Majin. You have 25? We're going to look for Brinza here. Covered. Makes the catch, and he holds on through the contact. Travis Brinza working his way up to the number 1 receiver on the depth chart, the true freshman. He and Holly have got together for some big yardage games this season. That's a first down at the 13. Nice catch over the shoulder. Holly's 3 for 4 for 90 yards now. There you go, Major. That's cool. That's cool. What are you looking forward to with 26? Holly keeps it himself. Oh, should have handed that one off. He's dropped for a 1-yard loss back at the 14. Jordan Underwood, junior linebacker from California, made the tackle. And it's going to be 2nd and 11. RPO Lehman to the left side. Lost 2 yards. That wasn't good. Now it's 3rd and 13. All of a sudden, Yale's going backwards. That's cool, Majin. That's good. What's on your wish list? Because we still don't know a lot about the game. It's coming out in 20 days. We still don't know a lot about the game, which is kind of bullshit. What do you, what's on your wish list? What do you hope is there? What do you hope has been fixed? What do you hope is included? Brinza on the wide receiver screen gets a few to the 11-yard line. It's going to be 4th and 8. Terrell Freed is going to have to come out and try a 28-yard field goal. Accuracy has been a problem for him this year. Look at this 11-mile-an-hour wind. And the kick is up, and it is good. 3 more for the Bulldogs, and they lead now 10-0. Terrell Free's got a boot on him, but his accuracy has been a problem. He's still a sophomore, though, so he's still developing. What I'm hoping for in College Football 26 is historic stadiums. That's what I want. I want to play at the Orange Bowl. I want to play at the old Sun Devil Stadium, among others. Targeting unsportsmanlike conduct. Yep, that would be cool. That would be cool. Another thing I want is when there's a play that's being looked at or reviewed, I want the referee to come out and tell us the result. I don't want to have to guess by looking at the down and distance and yard markers and all that shit to see if the play was overturned or not. Targeting would be a cool thing. Unsportsmanlike would be Nice to have in there as well. I want the referees to tell us the results of plays that they look at. Again, no more of this having to guess what the result is. That's going to be the final play of the first quarter. It's a 1-yard loss for the Lions. Things have not gone well for them. One in the books here in Manhattan. 4th-ranked Yale with a 10-0 lead. Emmanuel Sweet, freshman safety, with the tackle there. Through one quarter, the Lions have negative 7 yards. Things not going well for them. There's a look at the latest Ivy League standings. If Yale wins this game here this afternoon, they will clinch a spot in their 3rd consecutive Ivy League championship game against either UConn or Cornell. Yeah, targeting penalties would be a good ad for sure. Unsportsmanlike, definitely. Frost back to pass. It's a screen. He's got it complete to the left side, and he's close to the first down. Picked up 9 yards. It's going to be 3rd down and 2 for Columbia. Frost at the line of scrimmage. Bryce Frost keeps it himself on the read option. He got the first down to the 39. That's the initial first down of the afternoon for the Lions. Frost in trouble. He's sacked. Back at the 33-yard line. 6-yard loss. It'll be 2nd and 16. Bryce Frost took that shot right in the chest plate. Ha! He doesn't look too happy about it. Kevin Lafotu, the sophomore, with the sack. That's a big, beefy dude. Just ran right through Bryce Frost for the sack. And it's 2nd down and 16. Yeah, don't forget, I'm giving away a free copy of College Football 26 on July 11th. Comes out to the public on July 10th. July 11th, I'll be picking a winner from all the active users on my channel. There's a touchdown for Columbia, son of a bitch. And I will be picking someone randomly to be the winner of the College Football 26 free copy. You have to be subscribed to the channel, and you have to be active on the channel. The more active you are, the better your chance of winning. Every activity you do on the channel is like an entry. You get discounts with GameStop. That's cool. The last time I was at GameStop was when I bought a new headset. I used to go to GameStop exclusively, but I don't buy the hard copies of the games anymore. 5 plays on that touchdown drive, 75 yards. They did it in 58 seconds. The Lions are on the board, 4:03 to go in the first half. Yale's lead is cut to 10-7. Yeah, I was always the type of guy, I always wanted a hard copy of the game. Whatever game it was, I wanted a physical copy. Because you never know what's going to happen. You could have a crash. You have to uninstall it, reinstall it. Because I'm old. I'm 58 years old. And back in, my day, that shit used to happen a lot. And if you did not have a hard copy of your game to reinstall the game, you were fucked. You lost everything. Well, since the world has turned digital, I was still against it. I would not do it. I would not digitally download anything because there could be a problem. But they turned me. They turned me maybe 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I cannot remember the last game. Yeah, I do, actually. I think it was MLB The Show 19 was the last game that I bought a hard copy of at GameStop. I would only buy from GameStop. I don't know why. It's not like I got kickbacks or anything from them. But the digital download is just so much easier. You don't even have to leave the house. That's the beautiful thing, is you don't even have to leave the house. And, I was always afraid if I ever needed to reinstall it, which I never have. So you have that. But you could, any game that you download now, you can actually delete from your console and still have access to it. If there's ever a problem and you need to reinstall it, as long as you have your saved files on your console, you can re-download the game again after you delete it and pick up from where you left off. Now, you can delete the game and delete those saved files. Look at this catch! Brinza touchdown, Yale! Travis Brinza connects again with Dennis Holly. Holly threw it to a point on the field, and Brinza turned on the afterburners and got there to make the catch and took it into the end zone. These two connect for another explosive touchdown play. Yeah, I've been with GameStop ever since they came out, really, as long as I can remember. Look at this play one final time. Holly had to get rid of it. He had a guy coming in his face, but he made a beautiful pass, and once again, he and Travis Brinza connect for a long touchdown play. But my point was, I did them exclusively. I was not sold on it, but now you can delete the games from your console. 4 plays on the drive, 79 yards, a minute 30 seconds off the clock. But you can delete a game from your console, and it stays in your library. So you can actually come back to it a year from now and re-download it if you want to play it again, if you need space on your hard drive or whatever. But if you have a problem and you need to reinstall a game, it's right there digitally. I'm telling you, for the longest time, I was not sold on it. I would not do it. I was completely against it. But now, it's been 6 years since I bought a hard physical copy of a game, because it's just so much easier to digitally download it, and it's available if you ever need it, even if it's deleted from your console. That's the best part. I was just looking. I have NHL 24 I deleted from my hard drive recently because I don't play it much. And, there's talk that Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be 300 gig next year. I have plenty of space, but I figured, on the menu at the top of your screen there, your home screen, I don't need games up there that I don't play, so I deleted it. But I can always re-download it if I want to play it again. And that's the beauty of that, where you don't need to have the physical copy. You don't need to have space on your shelf being taken up by game cases anymore. You don't need that. And believe me, man, I was a very hard sell. I did. You can ask Bonnie. I did not want digital download. Always wanted that hard copy, but they changed me. They turned me. It took a while, but they turned me. Here's Travis Brinza. He gets the punt, returns it for about 7 yards. We're down to 1:54 left in the half here. Yale having fun with Columbia, 17-7. They got a first down at the Lions' 42-yard line here. Yeah, I was a GameStop member. I had all their discounts and everything. But you don't even need to leave the house anymore. Holly looking for the end zone for Brinza, and it is almost intercepted. Holland with the coverage, and Holly underthrew that one. And Holland almost came up with the pick. Very nice play. Good effort. Anyway. 2nd down and 10. Holly with an empty backfield. Looking to the left. He's got a man. It's Adonis Lehman with the catch. He's down to the 5-yard line. They are tearing up this Lions secondary. It's a first down at the 5-yard line. Holly's up to 196 now. Look at the play one more time. Lehman lined up in the slot. Open across the field. Holly found him. 1st and goal for Yale. Holly's going to take it himself. Escapes the tackle. Touchdown, Yale. Dennis Holly, the scrambler, hasn't had to scramble much recently because he's been throwing the shit out of the football. Takes off himself this time, brings it in, and now it's 23-7, and this one is starting to turn into a rout. Hey, Prods. Welcome to the stream, man. Thank you for joining. I hope you're doing well tonight. I did not make the fields in the Ivy League, Prods. There's a gentleman who did it, and I do not remember who he is. On my channel, there is a video called How to Create the Ivy League in College Football 25. If you find that video on my channel, you'll find out who made them. Gillas something, I can't remember his name. But I give him credit in the video for it, and he actually comments on the video. He made all of the teams, and he actually even made an additional team for me. I don't remember which team it was. I think it was Holy Cross. I wanted to add Holy Cross in, because I needed more teams to get a well-rounded schedule for college football to please EA Sports. And he made Holy Cross for me, too, I believe it was. But you can see he created all of the Ivy League teams, and he put a lot of work into them. They're very, very close as close to accurate as you can be without actually being in the game. So he did a really nice job. He obviously put a lot of time and effort into making them, and I really appreciate it, because I've been an Ivy League fan since I did play-by-play for Yale back in the 90s. I believe, I don't know, I'll check at the end of the game. I think I have 10. I had to add schools because EA Sports wouldn't go with just an 8-team. There's only 8 teams in the Ivy League. But I tried it with just the 8 teams, but it wouldn't work. The schedule kept making an error. So I have all of the Ivy League schools. I added Holy Cross. I added UConn, I added UMass, and I added Boston College. Damn it. And I added those 4 schools because they're regional to the Ivy League. So it's not unheard of that they could be in the Ivy League. It's not like I added, Cal and UCLA. I added regional teams to it. You need 12 teams in a conference in order to have the fully rotating schedule. So I have 12. I have all the Ivy League schools. I have the 8 Ivy League schools, but I added UConn, UMass, Boston College, and Holy Cross. Yep, you're right. Syracuse could be a good addition. I didn't even think of them. I was thinking more along the lines of East Coast. Syracuse is kind of inland a little bit, but yeah, that would be a good add too. That's what I was thinking, UMass, UConn, Boston College. But yeah, Syracuse would have been a good addition as well, yep. So I have the 12. This is season 3. This is going to be my final season. After this season is done, we're going to play Grand Theft Auto for a couple of weeks until College Football 26 comes out. We're going to keep airing it out here. But this is going to be the final season. But yeah, it's been fun. This is my 3rd year with the Ivy League. It's been fun. The only thing I do not like is the no names on the jerseys. They're starting to cover Brinza tighter now. I'm going to have to go to somebody else. I can't remember all the numbers of all the guys with graduation every year. It's hard to. I don't get them down pat figured out until like game 8. But he did a really good job, and if you look up that video, I mentioned who it is, so you can find him on the community creations or whatever they call it, where you download stuff. You can type in his name actually and find all of his Ivy League schools. We're going to look for Brinza here. Oh, damn it. I threw it too soon. Holly over the middle. Complete. L.J. Young makes the catch, and he got banged up pretty good, but he held on. And Yale calls timeout. Rhode Island, Delaware, Pennsylvania, Maine. Yep. What if Yale, Rhode Island, Delaware, Maine join ACC? That would be cool. Majin, that would be cool. I would love to see. Wait a minute, where are we? 43-yard line. I would love that. You know, I did play-by-play for Yale football back in the 90s, early 90s. So I've always been an Ivy League fan. I grew up in New York City. So, you know, Ivy League was always college football to me, along with Rutgers and stuff. But, and I also had a friend from high school go to Rhode Island. What are they, the Gulls? I think they were the Gulls. He played football at Rhode Island way back in, that was the late 80s. Oh, he couldn't hold on. So it would be cool to see those schools go up. Maine as well, the Black Bears. Do they have a football team? Does Maine have a football team? I know they have a very good baseball program. I don't know if they have a football team or not. I'd love to see those teams in the game. Holly looking left. Oh, that's pass interference, man. Come on. He was trying to make his cut, and the guy wouldn't let him. Holly's starting to get inaccurate here. 4th and 10, 17 seconds. We're going to go for it. Fuck it. You should follow their NFL careers. Yeah, that would be cool. Maine has a football team? I don't remember. Over the middle, it's complete. Oh, come on, dude. L.J. Young made the catch, took the hit, and dropped it. That's all right. It's late in the half, so it doesn't matter. But you got to catch those, man. You got to catch those. Yeah, I used to, growing up, you know, it was Ivy League football. And then you had Rutgers nearby. And, of course, UConn, but their football team wasn't established back then. They're still really not established. But the Ivy League was cool, and Yale University was my first paying job as a sportscaster. And I worked there as an intern as well while I was finishing up school. So going to the Yale Bowl and the Ivy League schools and everything was cool. So, you know, as I got older and, you know, moved along, I always had a soft spot for Ivy League football. Did he catch that? No. I didn't see the ball. Obviously, it fell incomplete. All right. But yeah, if you look on my channel, you'll find a video called How to Create the Ivy League. And it gives the guy a shout-out who created them. And you can find him on the thing. He did a really nice job with all of the stadiums. The Maine Black Bears. See, those are the teams I want to see in this game. Delaware's coming in this year, which is cool. What's the other one? The other new team this year? Missouri State. But yeah, Yale, Rhode Island, all the Ivy League schools. Penn is in the Ivy League. They're in my league here. Maine. I don't know if they would join the ACC, Majin, because although it would be cool, but it doesn't bring the ACC right now. When they're talking to schools, they're talking what are you going to bring television revenue-wise for broadcast rights. And none of those teams are going to bring anything, sadly, to the ACC. The SEC and the Big Ten are trying to take over college football, and it's just a travesty. If you're going to have automatic bids to the college football playoff, they should be evenly spread out among all of the conferences. I don't even think there should be automatic bids. I've said that 1,000 times. I know people are tired of hearing it. I think there should be 8 conferences. The conference champions go to the national playoffs. That's it. That's all there is to it. 8 conferences, the champions go to the playoffs, play for the national championship. None of this bullshit. You lose your conference championship, but then go on to play for the national championship. None of this bullshit of you don't even play for your conference championship, but you have the right to go play for the national championship. That is fucking stupid. 8 conferences, win your championship, you go to the national playoffs. That's it. There shouldn't be automatic buys. One conference shouldn't have more automatic buys than the other. I mean, it's stupid what the SEC is trying to do, along with the Big Ten. I mean, I get what they're doing. I mean, they're looking out for themselves, you know. You can't really blame them for that. But you can't forget, you know, about the ACC. And remember when the ACC was a powerhouse in college football? And they're not anymore. Young, again, can't hold on through the contact. When Miami joined the ACC, they were a powerhouse. Who was that? It was Miami, Boston College. I think it was Syracuse as well. Joined the ACC, and they were a powerhouse, and it was very cool when the Hurricanes joined. But, you know, not so much anymore. It's, you know, things change, and you know, that's cool. I would love, I don't know. If you want to have at-large bids, and you want to have so many at-large bids, here's an idea. How about no conferences? How about no conferences at all? You have 132 teams, or whatever the number is. You make your schedule, you play your schedule, make it whatever the hell you want it to be. And you have your rankings, keep your rankings in play, because you would need them at that point. Because you have teams playing lower class teams, all different kinds of stuff that, you know, you would need your rankings to keep the teams honest, so they didn't schedule all cupcake games. But how about no conferences? 132 teams play their schedules, and the top 16 or the top 8 in the country make the playoffs. You could do something like that. But I think that the best thing, and I'm not even lying, I've been saying this since I was a kid. 8 conferences. Each conference champion qualifies for the national playoffs to play for the national championship. That's it. That's it. Herndon on the catch, the tight end over the middle, Antonio Herndon. And Yale's got another first down to the 22. Holly's having a good game. 10 of 19 for 259. Exactly, Majin, exactly. I agree 100%. Yep, it should be. It's not as easy, it's not as difficult as they make it. What a catch by L.J. Young in traffic at the 1-yard line. And it's going to be first and goal for the Bulldogs. Holly gunned that one in there. 3 blue jerseys around L.J. Young, and he made the catch. Nice job. But yeah, that would be cool, Majin. That would be cool. But you don't want to have too many teams because, you know, football playoffs would just take too long. I think 8 is all you need. If you pick the right 8 teams. You know, I do not ever think that a team that goes to play for their conference championship and loses, why does that team deserve a shot at the national championship if they couldn't even win their conference championship? I don't give a shit if they lost to the number one team in the nation in the conference championship. And people say that, oh, they justify it and say, well, they lost to the number one team in the nation. They lost. If you don't win your conference championship, how can you justify putting that team in a playoff for the national championship? Not to mention the teams that don't even qualify for their conference championship. That's just stupidity. Now I get, you have hockey and baseball and, teams that don't win their divisions and that make the playoffs and stuff. That's different. Football is one game a week, so you can't have 64 teams in the playoffs. You just can't. 16 is kind of borderline. 8 is the perfect number. And just split all of the Division I schools, or FBS schools, whatever you want to call them. I still call them Division I. Split all those schools up to 8 conferences. Regionalize them. And have them broken down regionally into 8 conferences. 8 conference champions meet in the national playoffs. That's it. It's so easy. It's so fucking easy. And I literally have been saying this since I was a kid. It's the simplest way to go. Because if you can't win your conference, I don't care what conference you're in. That one's intercepted. I don't care what conference you're in. If you can't win your conference championship, you should not have the right to play for the national championship. That's fucking embarrassment, and it fucks with the integrity of college football. It just makes it look stupid. The conference championships right now, with all these at-large bids, they're worthless. They mean nothing. If you can get in without winning it, or even playing for it, what's the point of it? I mean, what is there's no prestige there. What a catch! One-handed catch by C.J. Peaks as he crosses the goal line. Touchdown, Yale. That looked like a one-handed catch. We got to look at that again. Dennis Ollie, perfectly placed pass once again. And C.J. Peaks, that was indeed a one-handed catch. We got to look at that on replay. That was nice. Let's take a look at that. All right, let's come with CJ here. There we go. Oh no, it's 2 hands. 2 hands. It's all right. Still a nice catch. Still a nice catch. Good job, CJ. Dennis Ollie's over 300 yards. Terrell Free with the PAT, and this one's good. And Yale's got a 38-14 lead now, under a minute to go in the third quarter. It's looking like the Bulldogs are going to play for the Ivy League championship in a couple weeks for the 3rd consecutive year. They are currently the 2-time defending Ivy League champions. And they beat Boston College both years. They'll have a new opponent this year. Frost back to pass, looking right side, left side. It's picked off again. Now they're taking all kinds of chances because they're way behind. And it's another interception. With 54 seconds to go in the third quarter, Michael Roderick, the sophomore safety, gets the pick. And Yale's starting to run away with it now. Looking for Brinza. Over the... Oh, Holly got hit as he was letting it go. He got hit hard. Brinza was open on his cut. But Holly couldn't get the pass away. Don't forget about today's Super Chat goal, everybody. I forgot to mention it. Today's Super Chat goal is $10. Anybody who wants to meet today's Super Chat goal, we'll have one of our freshman wide receiver named after you Right now, that wide receiver is named Could Be You. And he's not on the field right now. But he's named Could Be You, and he could be you. If you want to meet today's Super Chat goal of $10, we will name that wide receiver after you. And you can join the Dynasty for 4 seasons. He was a 3-star recruit. And since this is the final season of College Football 25 on Dynasty mode, that will carry over. If you meet the Super Chat goal and have the wide receiver named after you, he will start as a freshman in College Football 26. So you'll join the new Dynasty in College Football 26 as well. So you get your money's worth for sure. That's the end of 3 here in Manhattan. 4th-ranked Yale all over Columbia. Well, that's cool, Majin. You know, they would do that, but the NCAA doesn't control that. The schools control their own schedule. The conferences make the conference schedule. We have the reserves in here now for Yale. No, maybe not. That was Ty Hardy on the carry. The conferences make the conference schedules. No, the starters are still in there. The conferences make the conference schedules. The schools, as Lehman takes it in again, the schools make their own non-conference schedules. So the conferences make the conference schedules. The schools fill in the other 4 dates with who they want. So they do control who they play, which is what I was talking about earlier today with Florida. The Gators playing Long Island University in their season opener. They should be embarrassed and ashamed of that. But you could have schools, you could have games like that. But the NCAA doesn't control it. The schools do. And there's a lot of reasons why games are scheduled and not scheduled as far as non-conference games go. Let's take our starters out because we don't want them getting hurt. But there's a lot of reasons that schools play. Like Miami plays USF. Every once in a while they do a 2-year thing. And for them, it's convenient, you know, because it's within state. But you're right, Coastal Carolina, South Carolina, they could play. Boston College could play Temple. There's a lot of great matchups. And there's also a lot of great matchups that we're going to lose moving forward with these super conferences. Because there's the protected rivalries. There's not all of them, but there's a lot of protected rivalries that are going to be lost because of the conference schedules. And because the conferences are getting so big. Not to mention the fact that the SEC wants to go with 9 conference games. They're really pushing hard for that. I really don't want to see that. One of the beauties with college football and their scheduling is you have 8 conference games. You have your conference opponents. Now the conferences are getting a little bit bigger, so you're not going to play every single team within the conference every single year, which is good because it gives you some rotation over the years. But then you have 4 open dates to schedule whoever you want. So you could you could have a protected rivalry if you want to by protecting it yourself as the school. There's another interception, but there's a flag on the play. I don't know if he's going to be able to get this all the way back or not. There's a big dude in front of him. Number 78 wasn't letting him pass. Let's see what the flag is. Holding on the offense. We'll decline that penalty. And take possession of the ball. And Yale once again takes over at their 11-yard line. So that's the beauty. Oh no, they're at the Columbia 11-yard line. That's the beauty of the scheduling. You know, you get to schedule 4 non-conference games. So if Miami wants to schedule the Florida Gators, they can. They like to schedule Bethune-Cookman, who's a low-level, historically black college. Florida A&M, same thing, HBS school. But Miami likes to schedule those, and you know, they're helping them out. They're an in-state school, and they get the money for playing the game, so it's good. But it gives, you know, the options are there. They can play whoever they want. They can play a top-ranked team if they want. They play Florida International sometimes. They're located in Miami as well, on the other side of town, so it's good rivalry there. You know, that's the beauty of having 4 games non-conference to schedule whoever you want. As long as they're a legitimate team to play, unlike Long Island University that the Gators are playing this year. But to go to 9 conference games, I think then your conference schedule is going to get a little bit stale every year. And the fans lose out on those. As long as the schedule stays at 12 regular season games, you want to have 4 that are open to do whatever you want. Because you look at your conference schedule, and before, when the conferences were not as big as they are now, it was the same teams every year. You play the same teams every single year. And you look at that as a hardcore fan, that could get a little bit boring, playing the same teams every year. Now with the conferences a little bit bigger, it's cool because now you have some rotation in your conference schedules. And that's cool. Plus you have the 4 non-conference games that you can do whatever you want with. But if you go with 9 conference games, you lose one of those open games to open dates to do with what you want. And you're starting to get back into playing the same teams every year. So the NFL is cool because their divisions are very small. You know, what, 4 or 5 teams in a division? So you have the rest of your schedule. Now, they don't schedule their own games. The league schedules their games. But your schedule varies and rotates every year. You have different opponents every year. You know, with your division games are half of your schedule, but you have the other half that are different teams from around the NFL. In college, that's not the case. In college, with 8 conference games, 3/4. Nice pick. That was me. The 75% of your games are conference games against the same opponents every year. So you don't want to make that even higher. You need that variation of the other 4 games. I am staunchly against a 9-game conference schedule, but I know nobody gives a shit what I'm against or not. And I do understand that. I know I'm not stupid enough to not understand that. 52-14, Yale is going to improve to 11-0 on the season, and they will clinch a spot in the Ivy League championship game in, 2 days from now. Stay tuned following the conclusion of this game. We'll take a look and see if Yale's opponent has clinched a spot in that game, and we will see who Yale is going to play in the final game of the season. Look at Ty Hardy working his way through the defense. Tomorrow night's live stream is at 5 o'clock, and it's the final game of the regular season. And we don't have to look and see who it is. I remember who it is. It's Harvard, the game. Yale and Harvard tomorrow night at 5 o'clock to end the regular season of our final season in Dynasty mode on College Football 25. Really looking forward to playing Grand Theft Auto in that new Money Fronts program. Once this season is complete, we're going to take about a week and a half, 2-week break. Play Grand Theft Auto 5 until College Football 26 comes out. And again, just a reminder, today's Super Chat goal, $10, and one of our wide receivers will be named after you. A freshman wide receiver will be named after you, and that will carry over to College Football 26, where I will name another freshman wide receiver of my dynasty after you. And don't forget, I'm giving away a free copy of College Football 26. All you have to do is subscribe to the channel and be active. Join the live streams, join the live chats, comment on videos, posts, polls. Everything you do on the channel is like an entry. And all of the active users on the channel, I'm going to pop into a hat or on a list. And the more active you are, the more entries you're going to have. And someone's going to get a free copy of College Football 26 on July 11th. I'll make the announcement on the live stream that day. I don't know what day July 11th is. So I don't know if I'm doing it. Let me see. Hey Siri, what day is July 11th?
It's Friday, July 11th.
It'll be a Friday. I don't stream on Fridays, alright. So I will make the announcement on the community post that day. So you want to make sure you have your notifications turned on as well. I'll talk about it on that Sunday stream as well, too, so everybody knows. Ty Hardy works his way into the end zone, and Yale pops another 6 on the board. 1:19 to go. Bulldogs up big, 58-14. Another thing I want to see in College Football 26 is dynamic attendance, dynamic crowds. 58-14. The seats should be empty in this game. No home fans are sticking around for the end of this game. They have dynamic lighting now, or so they say. We can't believe a lot of what EA Sports says because it doesn't come true. But they say they have dynamic lighting. We should have dynamic attendance in crowds as well. They do have it in terms of if your team is bad or a low-level school. When I started with Yale first, the Yale Bowl was half empty at the beginning of the Dynasty. Now it's full every game. But you'd like to see some kind of variation from week to week. But definitely as the game goes on, this game's 59-14. How many fans are sticking around for the end of this game? It looks like it's not really a sellout, but I'd say maybe 70% capacity here. But there would not be 70% capacity with a minute to go and your team down by this much. So that would be a nice addition to the game, along with historic stadiums and the referee actually telling you the results of plays that are reviewed instead of you having to guess and figure it out as the play clock runs down on you. I've had that happen before. Many times. It's been fun talking to everybody today. I hope you guys come back tomorrow. I love talking college football. I love talking gaming, sports in general, food. We talk about everything on on my streams. One of my regulars, we usually talk about food all the time. He's not here tonight. Two of them, actually. Neither one of them are here tonight for some reason. But we talk about food, sports, life in general, gaming, college football, hockey, baseball, basketball, everything. Wrestling. I'm going to call timeout if they don't get this conversion. We're greedy. Oh, man. Again, he slips behind the defense. Wow. Columbia exposing a Yale Bulldogs secondary. It looks like we're going to go to the national playoffs again this year. Last year we lost in the second round, a heartbreaker to Notre Dame. But Columbia is exposing definite weaknesses in our secondary that I'm sure a lot of the other top-ranked schools are paying attention to. This is not good. Not good at all. He's thrown for 290 yards against my defense. PAT is good. It's 59-21. 6 plays on the scoring drive. 86 yards. 56 seconds off the clock. I don't trust them. Oh, they're going to kick off. That's fine. Now we need to answer that. Let it go. Let it go. We need to answer that. We got our backups in, though. Ewing's in at quarterback. Ty Hardy in the backfield. Ewing looking downfield, throws it into double coverage, looking for Scooter Page, and the pass is knocked away by Holland. That's his third deflection of the game. Looking right side into traffic, makes the catch, and he couldn't hold on. The ground cannot cause a fumble, but it certainly can cause an incomplete pass. 3rd down and 10. Yale's just getting greedy here. Ewing back to pass. Steps up in the pocket. He's got a man downfield. Oh, he's covered. Oh, he made the catch. No, he dropped it. Couldn't hold on through the hit. 4th down, we're going to go for it. 5 seconds left, so what the hell, might as well get Ewing a little bit of action. Looking down the right side, tight coverage. He made the catch, and it's a touchdown, Yale. Bulldogs close out the scoring. Wow. He had a defender all over him, and somehow he made the catch. Tanner Millam, the senior, could be the final catch of his career. He's only seeing action because he's a backup. Number 3, I don't know how he missed that ball. But give Millam some credit. He kept his concentration and made the catch. Yale puts up 27 in the 4th quarter. And this one ends in a blowout, 65-21. The Bulldogs will go to the Ivy League championship game for the 3rd straight year. Discover Card player of the game is Dennis Holly, your quarterback. Threw for 315 yards and 3 touchdowns. Fitting end to the game there. Yale's played 11 games. This is the 2nd blowout of the year. We blew out Brown as well. The rest of them were tough. We had a tough season. It's amazing that we're 11-0, really. We pulled out a lot of tight games at the end. Let's take a look at your offense. 551 for the Bulldogs, 276 for the Lions. It's too much, in my opinion. Turnovers, they had 4. All 4 of them were interceptions. Dennis Holly completed 12 of 22 passes for 315 yards, 2 touchdowns. Matthew Irving, the freshman, 2 of 5 for 78 yards and a touchdown. On the ground, Adonis Lehman, 12 carries, 54 yards, 2 touchdowns. Ty Hardy, 9 carries, 56 yards, 2 touchdowns. Dennis Holly, 5 carries, 32 yards and a touchdown. And Greg Crockett, 3 carries for 16 yards and a touchdown. In the air, Adonis Lehman out of the backfield, 3 catches, 57 yards. Travis Brinza, 3 catches, 72 yards, and a touchdown. He is becoming the number 1 guy and an All-American right before our eyes. 5-star recruit there. L.J. Young, 3 catches, 100 yards. He also had 2 drops. Tanner Millam, 1 catch for 75 yards and a touchdown. That was on the last play of the game. Barry Sahara, 1 catch for 3 yards. Antonio Herndon, 1 catch for 29. C.J. Peaks, 1 beautiful catch for 35 yards and a touchdown. Scooter Page, 1 catch for 22 yards. And could be you, there he is. The guy tied to our Super Chat goal. Could be you. $10 is the Super Chat goal. Anyone who wants to donate that could have this wide receiver named after him. And again, that will carry over to my Dynasty in College Football 26. Could be you. Was targeted once, and he dropped it. Not going to go over the whole scoring summary. Yale led 10-0 at the end of the first quarter. Columbia showed some signs of resistance, scoring 2 touchdowns in the second quarter, but still trailed 24-14 at the break. They only mustered 1 the rest of the way, 1 score, while Yale put up a whole bunch. en route to a 65-21 pounding of the Lions. Yale 11-0, 7-0 in the Ivy League. Columbia falls to 3-8, 2-5 in Ivy League play. So their season has one more game. They're not going to a bowl game. Yale has clinched a spot in the Ivy League championship game. We're going to find out in a minute if we have an opponent yet. We shall see. Third straight appearance for the Bulldogs. They are the two-time defending Ivy League champions. Doesn't look like we got any commitments this week. No coach upgrades either. Look at this. We blow out Columbia, and we fall one spot in the polls to number 5. We were number 4. We beat 65-21. And maybe it's because we gave up 21 points. That sucks, though. We fall one spot to number 5. Tomorrow night, the final game of the regular season on the road. 5th-ranked Yale puts their undefeated season on the line, visiting Harvard. The Crimson, terrible year, 2-9. And they are also 1-6 in Ivy League action. All right, let's take a look at the recruiting for the week. Then I don't think we got anybody. We did not. We lost one guy, 2 guys. Oh, we lost the kicker, huh? We lost that 3-star kicker we were going after. All right, we need to add one. All right, so we have 3 spots open. Like I said, every week you got to check your 5 stars and your 4 stars. They change their mind. They do. And if you don't check, you'll miss them. I'm really looking forward to the new, what they say is more in-depth recruiting. Because I don't even scout players. There's no need. If you scout players in this game, you're just wasting your hours. Now, if they make it a little more dynamic, where a 5-star recruit could be a bust and turn out to be a 1-star, then you have to scout. That adds more urgency to it to find out how good your player is. If you have a 1-star guy who could be a gem and turn into a 5-star guy, absolutely, you'll want to scout him. But more to the reverse, if it's a 5-star guy and he's a bust, you definitely want to scout him to make sure you don't waste your scholarship and your hours and all that stuff. But right now, currently, I don't scout guys because they only, if they're a bust, they move down 1. So if it's a 5-star guy and he's a bust, he's a 4-star guy. There's the kicker we need. If you have a 4-star guy and he's a gem, he's a 5-star guy. They only move up or down 1 level. So there's no need, knowing that, there's no need to scout and waste your hours on scouting. There's no need for it at all. And I really hope they change that in College Football 26, because it's nice to, have to scout them. Use your hours, put more thought process into it, and be more careful about choosing your recruits. Because right now, I just go after all the 5-star guys, and then I go after all the 4-star guys, and then I go after all the 3-star guys. Because it doesn't matter. If a 5-star guy's a bust, he's a 4-star guy. That's cool. There's room on my team for 4-star guys. If there's a 4-star guy on my team, he's a bust, he's a 3-star guy. Well, I'm playing with Yale. There's lots of 3-star guys on my team. So there's absolutely no reason to scout whatsoever. And it took me a couple seasons to learn that and figure that out. Actually, let me give this guy 15 hours, but then I want to find that kicker, because we lost the 1. The punter we haven't given a scholarship offer yet. Where's the kicker? There he is. Leonard Darden. All right. We want him at least up here. All right. Okay. There's the recruiting for the week. All right, let's take a look at the current top 25. I don't know how we drop. There's 3 undefeated schools in the nation. 5 Yale, 11-0. 18 Charlotte, they're 11-0. And now number 25 Western Michigan, they are 11-0. Florida State passed me at 9-2. We moved from number 4 to number 5 despite putting 65 on the board, but we did give up 21 to a very poor Columbia team. Georgia's number 1, Clemson's number 2, Notre Dame's number 3, all 10-1. We made it to the national quarterfinals last year. We lost to Notre Dame by 1 single point. Looking for revenge on the Irish. Here's a look at the latest Ivy League standings, and let's see. Yale is in 11-0, 7-0, and we do not know who our opponent is going to be. UConn is 8-3, 6-1. Cornell is 9-2, 6-2. Andy Bernard must be proud of that season. Best year Cornell's had in a long time. I don't know what the tiebreaker is between Cornell and UConn. So we will play in the Ivy League Championship, and we will play either UConn or Cornell. Neither one of those teams, we didn't play either one of those teams this year. So that's cool. A little bit of mystery going into the Ivy League Championship. And it will be either UConn or Cornell. I'm going to pull for Cornell because they are a true Ivy League team. And I don't know what the tiebreaker is, but we'll find out tomorrow. When we play Harvard tomorrow, the game. Harvard is 2-9, 1-6, last place in the Ivy. All right, player of the week, not us. Heisman hopefuls. We don't have any. But between Dennis Holly and Travis Brinza, we would in a couple seasons. All right, let's take a look at the college football playoff projections. Yale looking at a first-round bye into the quarterfinals and a number 4 seed into the Cotton Bowl, awaiting the winner of Arizona and Florida State. That would be good. Championship in LA this year at SoFi Stadium. So it's nice that Yale is in the conversation again this year. No upgrades for the coaching staff. Let's hit our depth chart. Make sure we're ready for tomorrow night. Next live stream tomorrow night, 5 o'clock. It will be the game. Yale on the road, visiting Harvard. See if there's been any change. Ty Hardy moved up to an 82 overall, so he's pushing Adonis Lehman for that starting role. And there's a look at your wide receivers. Travis Brinza, look at him. Wow, he got a big bump. He was 76 with L.J. Young, and L.J. Young went down to a 75. C.J. Peaks went up to a 76. And Travis Brinza made a huge jump to a 79. Very nice. And he's a true freshman. And here is the wide receiver tied to the Super Chat goal. Could be you. He's a redshirt freshman. And he has moved up to number 4 on the depth chart. So look at Brinza go. True freshman out of Willoughby, Ohio. He has taken over the number 1 spot. And that is well deserved. All right, that's going to do it for me for tonight. Make sure you tune back in tomorrow night, 5 o'clock, for the game. 5th-ranked Yale, putting an undefeated season on the line at Harvard. And you know, at 2-9, the Crimson would love nothing more than to ruin the Bulldogs' perfect season. If you saw anything you liked tonight, if you had any fun, if you were entertained in any way, make sure you hit that like button down below. Smash that thumbs up button. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like I said, and be active on the channel so you can be eligible for that College Football 26 giveaway. It'll be on July 11th. I will announce the winner for that game. And you know, I may bump that up to July 9th or to July 10th. because the game comes out on July 10th to the public. I may bump that up one day. It's not going to matter. But I want to announce it in a live stream. So I'll probably do that and make it the announcement on July 10th instead of the 11th. The game comes out to the public on July 10th, so that's fine. I'll probably do that. But make sure you subscribe to the channel and be active on the channel. That means watch live streams, take part in the live chats, comment on videos, comment on posts, take part in polls, all the stuff that makes you active on the channel. The more active you are, the more entries you will receive. And on July 10th, now I'll do it on July 10th, I will announce the winner. Somebody's going to get a free copy of College Football 26. Don't forget, I'm also doing a free giveaway for Grand Theft Auto 6. But that doesn't come out until next year. But I am going to give away a free copy of that as well. All right. Turn on your notifications. Hit that little bell icon. That's where you're going to make sure that you don't miss out on anything that you can be active on. Plus, that's going to, when I put up the post announcing the winner too, yeah, you get your notifications on that as well. So make sure you take care of that. Thank you, Majin, for joining. It's nice talking to you. Thank you, Prods, for stopping in. Thank you, Bonnie, for stopping in as well. Thank you, everyone else who dropped in along the way. I appreciate all you guys. Have yourself a good night tonight. Have a great day tomorrow. I will see you at 5 o'clock. Hope you had fun tonight. Thank you for joining. Yale pounds Columbia 65-21. The Bulldogs 11-0 now, putting that undefeated season on the line tomorrow at Harvard, 5 o'clock. Hope to see you then. Hope you had fun. Thank you for joining. Go Yale.